What's up, guys? Today we're talking tools every data scientist needs to know. When it comes to data science tools, it seems like there's always some new shiny toy or framework that's grabbing the headlines. From R to Python language wars to TensorFlow versus Torch or the new AutoML revolution, it's really hard for somebody just getting started to parse through all the noise and really drill down and figure out what tools they need to know to be able to break into the field and do their job well. So in this video, we're going to run through what are, in my opinion, the top 5 tools every data scientist needs to know. All right, coming in at number 5 on the list is basic machine learning skills. I know deep learning and AI get most of the attention when it comes to data science, but in my experience, most real-world business problems can't be solved with the latest, greatest AI technique that's coming out in papers. Instead, most business stakeholders are interested in why things happen and what information you can give them about different decisions they can make to improve their business. And unfortunately, a lot of black box machine learning models just can't deliver that. Now, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of situations where you need to just accurately predict an outcome, and that's where machine learning comes in handy. So make sure you have a basic understanding of the machine learning pipeline, from feature engineering to hyperparameter tuning and final model selection. It's good to have a familiarity with the most basic kinds of machine learning models, from bagged and boosted trees to support vector machines, and yes, even neural networks. However, life really isn't a Kaggle competition, and so you're really only going to need a small subset of ML models to be able to accomplish most tasks that require a machine learning solution. Now, there's a ton of great resources online to learn about machine learning, but there are 2 free books that you can take a look at, which are Feature Engineering and Elements of Statistical Learning, both of which I've put a link in the description for. Next up on the list is a good data science programming language. Most of your time as a data scientist is going to be spent wrangling data, joining data frames together, getting data from an API, just getting everything kind of put together before you can do a real analysis. Now, your main tool for being able to do those things is a programming language. It doesn't really matter which programming language you pick. Obviously, people have strong opinions one way or the other, as evidenced by the countless debates and articles about R versus Python. But I don't really think it matters which one you pick so much as you pick one and really deep dive into it. I think you're going to get a lot more traction by just learning one tool really well and being really efficient at it versus trying to keep one foot in both camps. That's not to say that you shouldn't kind of know a little bit about both. I mean, there really are only 2 main popular data science languages, and you'll probably need to collaborate with coworkers who may or may not use the same language as you. But I think when it comes to setting out and learning, a great strategy is just to pick a language and stick to it. Now, to kind of tip my hand a little bit, I do think there's a lot of great resources for learning data science programming online, and one of those resources is the book R for Data Science, which is free online. Again, link in the description. Number 3 on the list is a good data visualization library. Now, this kind of goes hand in hand with picking a programming language, and to a large extent, what programming language you pick is going to influence which data visualization library you end up using. So it's something to keep in mind when you are picking a programming language. But data visualization is one of the main tools of data science. It helps you to communicate what's going on with data to either other people, like stakeholders, or to yourself during exploratory data analysis. A good visualization can make it really clear what's going on with the data set before you fit any models or do any complex statistics, and it's a great first step in any analysis. Now, just like with programming languages, I don't think it really matters so much which data visualization library you do end up choosing. There's a lot of high quality options, and they can essentially all do the same thing once you get good at them. So I would suggest you just pick one and dive in. Some popular choices are ggplot2 for R, or matplotlib or Seaborn for Python. There's tons of free resources for either one, so just kind of pick which language you want, pick a data visualization library, and jump in. All right, so number 2 on the list of top data science tools is statistics. I know in a world of Kaggle competitions and machine learning, statistics can seem kind of old and out of date, but actually having a great understanding of statistical inference will make you much more valuable to your team than knowing how to fit the greatest new convolutional neural network. What most business stakeholders want is information. If I set our price to X, how many units will we sell? What was the effect of our latest marketing campaign? How does demand differ across different customer segments? These are all questions that you can answer with statistics. Statistical methods such as generalized linear models, multi-level models, and regularized linear models like the lasso all offer interpretable modeling methodologies that will let you take a look at what's happening in a particular data set and be able to give concrete answers as to either causal analysis or point in a certain direction through correlation that'll let you contribute and answer important business questions. This is in contrast to machine learning models that might just give you a prediction but don't really explain why or what you can do to change the behavior of the underlying system. Statistical methods are doubly important when you work in a field where data is maybe expensive or hard to collect, so you don't sit in the natural big data setting that most machine learning models assume. Two resources that I highly recommend to get started with statistics are the books Regression and Other Stories and Business Data Science. Links in the description. And finally, coming in at number 1, the top data science tool that everyone should know is SQL. Now, this may seem like an odd choice for the top tool that every data scientist should know, but no data analysis can start without data. And most businesses keep their data inside databases. Most of your time as a data scientist is going to be spent putting data sets together. So you need to be able to look at data warehouses, understand the schema, and put those different tables together into the data set that you need for your particular analysis. So you need a great understanding of SQL to be able to slice and dice the different data sets that might be available to get the one that you need. This is why I think SQL deserves the number 1 spot. It doesn't get a lot of attention in the data science world, but really, if you can't get your data, you can't get started. It's underlooked. I think more people should learn SQL, and that's why it's earned the number 1 spot on this list. You'll be amazed at how much more efficiently you can work once you get started with SQL and really master the ins and outs of pulling data from databases. So there you have it. There's my list of top 5 data science tools that everyone should know. I think if you work through the items on this list and get a handle of each of the topics individually, you'll be more than prepared for starting a career in data science and handling most business problems that get thrown your way. I would say the key theme of the items on this list are being able to take business stakeholder questions and generate insights that let stakeholders make actions and decisions to change the course of their business. So when you're deciding to learn the latest, greatest AI method, you can ask yourself, would I find this useful if I was trying to make decisions? So, do you agree? Did I leave out your favorite data science tool? If so, let me know below in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.